Okay. We are live. Are we live? Welcome back to another episode of the Norette podcast. I'm with Papa Ev
Hello.
and Uncle Danny.
Auntie
Danny. We didn't ask, we skimmed past the how are yous and stuff like that. How are you? Because I've got stuff I want to say, so I'm waiting for you to ask. I'm waiting for you to ask me how I am, so I can tell you.
I'm good. How are you, mate?
So,
has anything happened in your
Has
life,
anything
Jordan?
happened in your life, Jordan?
what would that be? What, something big?
Like little big things?
Something monumental?
Yes.
Hattie said her first word.
What was it?
It was Daddy.
Of course it was.
You know what? I'm going to play it, right?
Have you got it?
I've got it. I'm going to play it and I'm going to tell you a bit of background, right? After it.
What did you say?
Oh.
Is that Daddy?
How mad is that? She's even got a wee Scottish accent.
I know.
The fuck? She said it 3 times yesterday,
Oh my
right?
God.
Well, this is
Was Katie raging?
next week in the cyberspace world. So Katie went in for a day at work, just one random day, just to do one day, come back. They call it keeping in touch days because she's a teacher. And she was gone, mate, like an hour. And then Hattie's like, Daddy. She was
And
fucking.
you absolutely know as well,
raging.
Katie has been. You're at work, Katie's gone, Mummy.
She wasn't even
Mummy.
raging. She was just. She was like.
missed it.
She was upset, and it
Oh,
wasn't the
that's a
fact she
shame.
said Daddy. It was the fact that she's with her every minute of every
I
day.
know.
And then I'm with her fucking an hour, and then she's like, Daddy. So I was
God.
buzzing off that, and then she was like, I wish you never told me. And I was like, yeah, but I was like, I kind of had to, man.
You can't not.
Can't know.
Because then the next time she said something, you'd be like, oh, she's already said
I was
that.
like, by the way, she's already said it. And then, so one more time for the pod, for the listeners.
So cute.
Fans. What the fuck? You got no fans?
You got no
It's not working.
fans?
You want some?
I'll give it you.
What did you say?
That's so sick,
How
man.
cute is
Do you know what it's
she?
like?
PR.
Like,
Word PR.
A word PR.
Good word alert.
Good word alert. Good ding, ding, ding. It's mad. Like, and I don't know if I've said this in the podcast or just because we've been talking about it. Like, historically, I've always been like, kids are shit.
You've said this quite a lot. Actually, on the podcast.
On
as
the
well.
podcast as well. Kids are shit. Right. And then hanging about with you, I'm like, I want a kid.
Mate,
does make
anytime
you
Katie
broody.
drives up,
I know, I'm so.
you
makes you
run.
broody.
You don't even say hi to her.
I
You
am
just
a
run to
fuck
the back
Katie.
window and you're like that. Auntie, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Katie said that. She said, do you know if people reckon that people know I'm there anymore?
Am I even there? Am I even there?
Shame in it.
Baby's
But
there.
come on, she's one of the, if not the cutest baby I've
She
ever
is,
seen in my
she
life.
is very cute.
Mate, word PR.
Do you think, like, have you ever seen that, like, 2 good looking people make a really ugly baby?
That's
I'm not-
apparently quite
I am
common.
not saying that your baby's ugly. Right?
This is the thing. This
just
is
to clarify.
There you go.
no, because I think statistically, if you've got 2 like grade A people, statistically speaking, it's going to be hard for the offspring to then match or overcome that. Do you know what I mean? Because it generally takes like 2, like, because my mum and dad, there's 2 idiots, man. And look what they've raised.
My mum and dad are munters. Like,
Right, so my little brother's fucking went to uni at like 15. He's a literal rock star, and me, the absolute podcast legend that is.
Podcast like
But mate, it's apparent. So apparently, however, Hattie is overcome 2 10s.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
2 10s make
There
a
you
baby,
go.
and she's made a goddamn 20.
who's the other 10 if Kate? 'Cause they don't know you.
Katie, but
I thought you were Papa Ev, though.
I'm Papa.
There you go. There you go. Well, she's an 8. I'm a 12.
You-
That's how it
so
works.
that's how it works.
That's how
right?
it
So,
works. That's how it works.
what are we here for?
We are here. We all chucked up. This was a last minute thing, like 10 at night last night, wasn't it?
So, well, we found out that apparently he's like all that relationship shite.
Based
We're
off of
turning
the
it a
last ep-
Bud's podcast.
Nah.
It is, isn't it? Can't
Yeah, I
say
know.
that.
No,
I don't know. I'm only
we
joking.
try to
Can I
say
say
we
that?
try to say birds have a specific type of podcast.
I know they
do.
drink wine and chat about. Yeah, I actually really like them, man. Like, I
Do you
can
listen to them?
No.
It really does. It really does. But the thing was, so not last week before was First Date Horror Stories, which we'll do another volume on because I got a lot of fucking.
X also went really well. Was this
X
we've had
performed
X First Date Horror Stories?
What was the other one?
I don't know, but this week,
This week is Partner's Worst Habits.
so like your partner's girlfriends, boyfriends, side
stuff
pieces,
that just does them like just
worst habits,
annoys you.
the things.
Does your
I
nothing.
get loads. I get
It's probably the
That
most interaction we've all
we've
got
ever
on
had.
anything.
Like,
All your followers hate their girlfriend and
Aye.
boyfriend.
So I'm going. Somebody go first.
I know. Well, Evan, you kick us off, right? You kick us off.
Doesn't cut his toenails. Man's out here with 6-inch acrylics on his finger toes.
Did Katie send you that? Did Katie send you that?
No.
Did she not?
I get complaining they've no socks or pants, but never putting the washing on themselves.
That's standard.
It's actually about me.
The first one, the first two I've got are invisible.
What?
Invisible.
I don't get it.
They're just non-existent.
They're non-existent.
And then the second one is breathes.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Breathes. And then it
Who's
says,
that?
do not share this.
Aye. Well, the best one I got, everything. Just everything that is honestly.
Everything that they do. Do you know what it's like? Because you obviously obviously you were going out with Katie before you moved in with her.
Yeah.
Right. You and Sarah moved in quite quick.
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah. What did you find? Did you find a big difference from like not living with her to then living with her? Like, did things start annoying
With Katie?
you? With Katie, yeah.
Nah, like, because we would spend the night at each other's quite a lot anyway. And then during lockdown, I moved in with them, with her family. So it was like,
Was that just-
arguably, yeah. So I moved in with her mum and dad during lockdown, mostly because they had a garage and I wanted to fill it with gym equipment. And all
Always
honesty.
to say you're selling it.
So I moved in then, and it was probably arguably harder moving in with her mum and dad and brother's girlfriend and not having that big house than when we moved in with just us two. It was like a bit more relaxing, bit more calm, bit more chill. So I didn't really notice, because again it was so spread out and so long.
Yeah.
I didn't notice anything. It was like, I don't know, death by 1,000 cuts maybe.
Aye.
Perhaps, whereas like maybe for you guys it may have been a bit more of a kind of sharp turn.
I can't even really think of it, and it was like,
Me and Amanda kind of, so we got together during lockdown,
Mhm.
right? So we were a lockdown romance, and then what are you laughing at?
none.
we were a lockdown romance, and then this is actually quite mad, right? So Amanda, when she met me, was studying to be a vet nurse,
Yep.
right? And my stepdad, if you know East Kilbride at all, or this kind of surrounding area, my stepdad used to live in. I don't know if I should say the names. Basically, his old house is now a vet surgery, right? And when we first started going out, me and Amanda, not me and my stepdad, and then just to clarify,
It's just Danny that's going to be
she was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with my job. Like, she was coming to the end of her studies, and a job came up at the vet surgery that used to be my stepdad's house.
That's pretty fucking trippy, by the way.
It's quite trippy.
Aye.
And but anyway, so she stayed down in the Borders down in Broughton, and I was
Brighton.
Fuck is that?
Broughton,
Did you say that
exactly,
right?
where it's like outside, like the Borders end are bigger basically,
Sick.
and then it was basically just a case of why don't we move in together because it makes sense now.
Yeah,
And it was like literally overnight we were living together.
You needed somebody to like make your cereal in the morning and stuff like that as well.
Mhm. Almond milk.
So, there's another few I've got. I'm going to read 3. Can I just read 3 back to back here?
If you want,
Go on
mate.
then.
So, standard boy behaviour doesn't change the toilet roll. Takes 3 seconds. There's loads of question marks after doesn't change the toilet roll. Washes dishes under a running tap instead of filling the sink so everything is still dirty. Who would do something like that? And then puts clean washing in the wash basket because he's too lazy to put them away. Fucking hell.
Oh.
You pointing at yourself? Why are you pointing at yourself,
It's not
John?
gonna be you.
Is that, did Katie just send you
His,
all?
Katie
his,
send
his,
me
his
something?
response to everything, I'll do it in a minute. Time stands still and the minute never comes. It's basically these. I've got about 30 responses here and it was all just Katie.
Aye,
talking
I
to you.
have at least 7 for Katie as well.
I do say, you know what, hands up, right? I'll go in a minute and then I'm going to buy myself 60 seconds here to not do the thing, and then the minute passes quite quickly.
Yes,
And
in
I've still not
60
done it.
seconds.
Yeah, I wait here this last night. So I really don't snort all that often, right? But sometimes, like anybody probably do, sometimes wait till you hear this. Sarah recorded me last night, right? And I woke up this morning at 7 o'clock to hear this.
That's not real.
I said he had a hard time
You
breathing.
sound like an
Let me have
orc.
time. Listen to this.
You sound like
it
an
sounds like
orc.
she's holding my nose.
What
No,
the
that's what that
fuck,
sounds
man?
like.
Fuck, man.
That's
Do you
That's
know,
bad.
I'm
Aye.
like,
Sleep apnea, bro.
so Don't know what was going on
Amanda
there.
grinds her teeth.
Oh,
Right, but I mean like grinds them. I used to have to share a room with my wee brother, right? And he
same by the way.
grinded his teeth. Is that the word? Grinded?
Ground.
Ground his teeth, right? It's the most infuriating like things ever. See after see the first time I noticed it, I was like, Amanda, you grind your teeth through the lounge. She was like, oh yeah, I know.
my wee brother
It's
does it.
such an inconvenience.
your brother used to grind his teeth during the night.
Aye.
Like,
Mine
my wee
just-
brother
mine
does it
just-
as well.
Oh.
Reese does it as well.
Really?
Huh?
Mine
Terribly.
just used to aggressively masturbate at the night time. That was quite.
And look at you dead in the eye.
Shout out Leon if you're
Leon, I
listening.
know, Leon, stop doing that. You actually touched me this time, Leon.
I've got
go on.
kisses the dog more than me, cry face.
Are these all about me?
no,
Is that
that's
me?
not
That
me.
one,
Yeah,
like,
man.
this is-
Not taking the bins out, then complaining the house smells.
I do so many of these things.
Mate, I'm starting to question, was that me?
And,
as
it's actually just all of our girlfriends like
Isn't it? That's why we have it in a row.
Rip-
Between the three of them, there's just fucking.
ripping into us. And we're basically just airing out all of our bad habits.
Kind of sounds like it.
And not doing the laundry. Who calls it laundry? And then complaining they've got no clean pants or socks.
Let me tell you
I would
something.
never do some of
right?
that. Somebody says Stephanie's eating, so that would bug you if
What?
somebody eating bad.
Oh, somebody's
Oh.
Somebody says Stephanie's eating. I'm not going to say who it is. Might or might not be a family member. Let's just say that one there.
eating. See the whole the washing thing, right? Isn't that not what they're for?
What?
Girlfriends,
See, I was always told that basically.
so they can do
Yeah,
all that for
aye,
you.
I was told-
Otherwise, what's the point?
I was
in
told
them?
you get a girlfriend that should just be kind of like having a second mum. I was told that.
That you can
Growing
also have
up,
sex
that's-
with.
Aye. Oh my god.
Wow.
Let's not go down that route.
Eating does, man. I don't know if it's, you know how you've got like fears and stuff have got a wee name and all that. I don't know if like I get really annoyed at how people eat.
Mhm.
That's it's not that bad, but I don't see unnecessary loudness.
Yeah,
Right.
My dad eats like that.
too far.
It's, no, it's funny. My dad used to shout at me and my wee brother if we had our elbows on the table when we were like at the he was dead fussy on like table manners, but he had fucking food flying out his mouth as he was
Why are you
telling us
saying
not
it?
to do it.
Shower you
But-
in curry.
One of the
Fucking
most,
elbows off the table, son.
my stepdad dry whistles. So
Huh?
instead of blowing out the way, he sucks in the way and whistles a song, and it is the most frustrating thing in the fucking world because he'll do it about the house cleaning and in the kitchen cooking food, and you're just sitting there trying to concentrate on something.
Damn.
But noises annoy me. See if like I'm in a coffee shop, I've not got my headphones, I need to leave.
I don't mind.
I'm not concentrating.
What look, washes all the dishes except the cutlery, leaves them lying at the bottom of the sink.
Yeah, do you know what I've actually probably been quite guilty of that
Yeah.
in the past, to be quite honest.
Acts like a dick because they're hungry. Grow up and just eat.
Sometimes it's not always that easy, right?
Is this about you?
no, I don't.
I've got chewing smooth soup. Stop, there's nothing to chew.
Who the fuck does that?
No, you can't just swallow it, can you? You need to at
Aye.
least get a wee bit.
don't
Still, to
chew
be
it.
fair, I'm always eating my bread, so I don't even eat soup. I don't eat soup, so
I had soup yesterday.
Why do you not eat soup?
Minestrone.
it's not really something. I don't think it's that. I think it's overrated.
Oh,
Wow.
soup's perfect.
Overrated.
You got all your vegetables. Tastes good.
It's overrated.
Warms the soul. Stop being a weirdo.
Has her plants all over the gaff, on the coffee machine, the toaster, the bathroom sink.
Has what?
Plants,
Plants?
everywhere. Aye.
Aye. That
think
would
it-
annoy me because it would take time in the morning. You're trying to make your coffee because you need to move the plant
You need to move
off the coffee
the
machine.
ceremonial plant.
Find space to actually put the plant somewhere because there's no space as it is, and then it's just that would be a whole thing if that happened.
Katie bought me an aloe vera plant for my office, and I didn't know that plants could do this. It drowned.
What?
You can
Apparently I gave it
overwater
too much
plants.
water.
Aye.
And
Yeah, you can.
it literally went soggy. The
Aye.
plant, it just went, nah. So like now Katie's mum bought me an aloe vera plant and she said she's going to take care of it for me.
I'm quite. I got a cactus maybe 3 years ago, and it's growing, man. It's a big boy now.
Big spiky boy.
Big spiky boy. And he's called Spiky. He's called Wee Prick.
Not
Same name as you.
the same name as you.
Called him after his dad.
Picking his nose when he's driving, not giving me 1 minute peace ever.
Does he eat it after?
That is the question. Listener, does he eat it after?
Do you
Why?
pick your nose and eat it?
No, absolutely not.
Do you pick your nose and eat
Do
it?
you?
No.
Have you ever picked your nose and ate it?
No.
Liar.
I didn't even pick
Have you
my-
ever picked your nose and ate
Why
it?
would you eat it?
Everyone
maybe
has.
when I was like 5.
No.
Aye, everyone has.
Maybe when I was like
Maybe,
5.
maybe when you're 5,
Aye,
you,
yeah.
you
A wee
flick
bogey,
it.
you just eat it.
Aye.
Do you know what the worst thing ever is? See, like,
Hold on, is that about one of us 3?
that? No.
All right, okay.
No. It's,
I'm looking at you because I don't do
see
that.
when you put your hand under a table or something,
When you find chewing gum?
accidentally touch chewing gum or somebody's bogey.
Yep. My hands need wash before I do eating.
It's fucking
Yeah.
vile. Absolutely vile.
Leaving their wet, sweaty clothes all over the floor after they've worked out.
Is that about you again?
No, that's not about me, but that's someone we know.
Oh, wow.
Spends more time planning workouts for Andy and James than planning dates for me. Kiss, 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 kiss.
Kate's coming for you, bro.
That was
Wait,
cute.
she's got a list. Katie.
This
Sorry,
is
has got a
because
list.
the Wayne said daddy.
Aye.
She's after me. She'll plant her tea bag in the sink instead of putting it in the bin. That's
That's
fucking
lazy.
sackable
Lazy.
offence.
What?
Lazy.
Puts the tea bag in the sink instead of putting it in the bin after you made a cup of tea.
Lazy.
My dad does that as well. It's fucking shocking. It takes the same amount of effort to get the tea bag and fuck it in the sink, but then you have the extra work of then having to scoop the fucking tea bag
Aye.
out the sink to put it in the bin anyway.
I actually had one a day as well. Julie, just before the workout this morning, said that a man brushes up, right? Gets all the place nice and clean, does all the brushing, scoops into a pile and then fucks off and leaves it. Never gets rid of the pile, just gets all together, does the
But he
hoover,
tidies-
does the
he
brush
ti-
up.
he does
tidies
he
it.
does what I
was
do.
like, that's just literally taking your washing to go out and hang it out the back and then just putting it down and going, that's it. That's me
Do
done
you know what
my
he's
bit.
going to do though? He's going to do it in a minute.
But then leaves the
He's
gaff.
going to do it in a minute. He's going to do it in a minute.
Unable to walk. This is a guy. Unable to walk behind me without poking my arse,
Yeah.
public or not.
That's the thing. Yeah, you can't see if I bend over anywhere in the house.
Aye, man.
I'm scared. I'm like fucking.
I hate it.
Do you?
I don't like my bum being touched,
No.
No.
especially when my stepdad does it. Okay. No.
Oh, same.
All men, including mine, do the jump when falling asleep.
The jump.
Yeah, like the jump. You like,
Oh, I do
not
that
done
on
that for so
planes.
long.
I do that on
Aye.
planes.
Sitting
Like,
upright.
I was flying down fucking, where was I? No, I was on a train, sorry. I was on a train down to London last September, going to IFS, and I was like, started to doze off a wee bit, and there was somebody sitting next to me, and I was trying my hardest to stay awake, and I kept fucking doing this, and they were sitting next to me, and I just felt them like go closer and closer to the edge of the seat, more and more and more, going, what the fuck is this weirdo doing? So I just kept going like this. Fuck. I can't control it. It's only when I'm traveling, planes and trains. I fucking do it.
Anymore?
I've got hunters more.
keep going.
Eating a yogurt just with his tongue.
What?
The noises.
I mean, I've done it, but when I was a child.
A child.
This is the thing. Do you chew yogurt and soup?
No,
I'm trying to even think about it.
Weird.
You can't just let it hit and then swallow. You need to at least
Yeah,
get
you
at
do.
least
No,
trips.
I'm actually. I genuinely barely chew at all.
What? I know. What the fuck would you? It's a waste of time. You just eat it. You just eat the thing. No. Why?
Aye,
Remember
but I'm
like that?
not like you're not just going.
Aye, yeah.
We'll get yogurts out
Like,
the
what do
next
you do?
episode.
Like, hold on. Like, did you take a drink?
It's a drink though. It's
It's a bit
different.
different.
Almost, but it's close
No, it's
because
not.
it's just like it's like a gloopy liquid.
Well,
It's not. It's
fuck
not. It's
eating
not
your
as viscous.
Aye, I don't want to eat your soup then.
Good word.
Wow.
Wow. There we go. Now we do fitness things now.
Um,
Do you get any more?
how long of a list do you want?
Mate, hit us with the good ones.
No, that was somebody's response. How
Oh,
long
really?
of a list do you want?
I still think everything is.
Not rinsing the bath out or replacing the toilet roll.
Rinsing the bath out.
Yeah.
What's he done in the bath?
A big shit.
What do you mean? Hold on. Rinse the bath out? I've
So,
never
like-
once rinsed the bath in my life.
But the pet, see,
I've rinsed a bath.
like when you're showering and then the poo.
Like you
No.
can actually see, Steve, like other there will be like wee dirt rings and like wee bits of hair and that.
Aye,
You need
but
to-
like occasionally it'll be like on a Sunday, do a deep clean. I say Katie, and she'll bleach the bath then. You rinse the bath out. What are you talking about? That seems mental.
no.
What is that?
Like soap
that's a
and
thing.
stuff, like,
It just
Aye.
fucking goes down the
you've
drain.
obviously,
No?
you've
no.
obviously got a very efficient showering system.
Like you might think that, but there is. If you look close enough, you could leave hairs sometimes, and you could maybe leave like just a wee bit of kind of like dirt from the bath, so a bit of soap around the
I'm
ring.
so
you need to-
confused. I wash body.
Yeah.
Water goes on bathtub.
Are you in? No,
I'm
are you
presuming that
talking
you-
about a bath or a shower?
Well, my shower's in the bath.
Right. So maybe it won't be as bad because you're rinsing it, but a proper bath, you should give the bath a nice wee
Wee
rinse after it.
I don't get this one.
Try
It's
it.
okay.
Just,
We'll explain it. We'll explain it later to you.
I don't get it.
We'll show you. We'll go to Ev's and we'll show you.
We'll have a team shower.
Doesn't close the milk lid properly, which results in the milk going off every
Oh,
few
that's-
days.
that's
That's
annoying.
lazy, man.
That's annoying.
Oh, I've got one Katie does since she's fucking thrown me under the bus lots.
Look, mate, I've
Right,
so much.
we'll
Check
give you
this out.
5 minutes, right? You can just
Check this out, right? So she'll have there's two things to do with cereal. First one is she puts like hundreds of milk in it, and then like when she's finished the cereal, we'll just fucking leave it in the
don't
side.
say that.
with
Does
the
she not
milk.
finish the milk?
The milk.
Did she
and-
finish them out?
No.
Oh, you need to drink the milk.
And I'm
man.
like, so just put less milk in it. And then so I'll make her cereal with the right amount of milk that is
She
for
should
her
have.
cereal.
Then she'll go and
And
add
then she
milk.
goes, where's the milk? I was like, or where's the milk? Or some cheeky comment about the cow or something like that. I don't know. And I'm like, but that's the right amount for the cereal that you want, right?
Mhm.
Also, I think another thing's weird. You shouldn't be making other people bowls of cereal. That's a
Personal.
it's a personal thing. Everyone's
get that.
ratio is different.
Mhm.
Oh, totally.
Like cereals are really personal. Like toast, making somebody else toast is really stressful because like
we had a screaming match
aye.
the other week
No.
about, so apparently I make toast strong, right? And I went off my nut.
The right amount of butter,
Because see,
the darkness of it.
Oh yeah, buttering the wrong side, the wrong side of the bread.
Hold on.
You need
No,
because
no,
there's
no,
a
no.
toastier side of the bread.
No, but see, well, take it. Right, I don't let there be a toaster side to the bread. I make sure that I'll let it pop, and I notice that one side doesn't really go any
And-
better,
and
and
do
I'll
you
flip
turn
it
it?
round
You
and
do
I'll
the flip.
and I'll so
But
both
see-
are just even.
But see the thing, like I'm making you toast in the morning, right? I'm doing a nice thing. I'm getting you coffee.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, a thank you will do.
I
That's,
thank you.
that's the thing you say.
I thank you.
Not
Do.
going, you've buttered this wrong, there's not enough butter, you put butter in this. Right, so Katie likes bread, right? Toast with a little bit of butter, right? But see if she has a sandwich, no butter.
Why?
Same thing.
Aye, my
It's the same
sister does that as well.
Weird. Anyway, back to the cereal thing, right? So she'll open a box of cereal, right? Crunching it, open it, pour the cereal into the bowl. Too much milk. We've already discussed that, right? That's fucking out of the way, right? She puts the what do you do once you've got a box of cereal and you're done with it? What do you do with it? There's still
Put-
cereal in there.
There's no cereal in there.
Crush the thing down,
Aye.
push it down.
Yep.
And you close the box.
What does that do?
He just preserves the cereal
Preserves the
from going
cereal,
like hard or
keeps
weird.
Preserves
keeps-
the cereal.
Keeps the cereal.
keeps it fresh.
cereally.
What does this fucking cereal killer literally do?
That fucking idiot.
She fucking leaves it open.
No man, that's
She leaves the thing
criminal.
open. She leaves the thing open. It's like if you open a bag of crisps and just leave it there. It's like, I'll eat some more of them tomorrow. What the fuck? You would scrunch it up. She doesn't do it. So I
Also,
go there
just
and
in
eat
case
it.
like a wee beefsteak, isn't it? I know.
Mate,
I'm thinking
but
that
she'll
shit.
have that. She'll crunch it, but sitting there like that for 4 weeks, and then she'll go back in. "Ooh, I'll have a bowl of cereal.
Nah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
On the
It
subject of
fucking
cereal,
does my nutting.
Evan, what's your favourite cereal?
Gun to my head. Ooh.
I've got that easy, mate.
Probably cinnamon grahams.
Mate, nice, but
And like, I
Yeah.
love cinnamon grahams. But honestly, absolute. Would you class granola as a cereal?
nah.
class it, aye.
I don't you
see
could.
see the Kellogg's granola with the wee chocolate bits in it. It's crack. It's honestly
Yeah.
crack cocaine.
I'll give you that. The granola can be fucking
It's
wild. It's not
wild.
a health. It's not a health food.
No,
Granola.
no.
People are fucking idiots.
It's got a
man.
health halo right? People think it's healthier than what it is.
Aye.
In
Well, I had
Well,
granola.
you can make. No, I would say I eat granola a lot of seeds, a lot of nuts in there.
Exactly. It's not a health food. It's not
But
because.
what, is that? We
Well,
can't
no,
go do
I
the
say
debate
health,
of
right?
health
People
foods.
look at it and they
You're
say
talking about
healthy.
low calorie.
we're
you mean?
talking about weight loss.
Yeah,
I
people
suppose.
when they look at it from a health standpoint, they're not the health standpoint for them is eat less food. So I'm gonna have a wee bowl of
Yeah.
granola.
So it's hard. It's
Mate,
harder
you'd be
to
better
keep
off having
calories
fucking
lower.
a bagel with bacon
Harder
and
to keep
eggs.
calories low. You're
Do you know what I
talking
mean?
about
But
your favourite.
easily mini chocolate Weetabix.
Oh mate,
Yes.
also banging,
Also banging.
banging.
Second to that is Crunchy Nut.
Also banging. Oh,
mate. Yep.
That's them. That's
top
my
to me.
top. That's my top two. Is
Top
mini
to me.
chocolate Weetabix and then Crunchy Nut. That's my top two.
My favourite no longer gets sold. Golden Grahams. Absolutely used to
Golden
fucking
Grahams?
love them. Golden Grahams are absolutely legit. Like, can't argue with them. They're so
top,
good.
absolute top
Top-
tier.
Never,
top
had,
tier.
never had that.
They don't sell them. I don't know if it's because of the
It's
sugar
an American
tax.
thing, though, is it not?
No, it was a
No,
British thing.
British,
Like,
is it?
that was my go-to.
Remember Sugar Puffs?
Yes.
Aye. That-
My
so that would be my-
childhood,
that would
my
be my
childhood
second.
was Sugar Puffs and Crave. I can't eat either of them now because I had so many.
So many.
My mum,
But cereal doesn't taste the same
my
anymore,
mum
man.
was fucking mental, right? She used to buy me Sugar Puffs,
Mhm.
right? I'd eat them all day, but she wouldn't get me Frosties because there's sugar on them. There's fucking sugar in the name of Sugar Puffs.
I know.
She'd buy me them, but then she wouldn't buy me fucking Frosties.
Can I say something just about sugar puffs?
If you want.
You've
Yeah.
obviously ate a bar of sugar puffs,
I know what
right?
you're going to say.
What happens after you eat them if you go to the toilet?
Smells of sugar puffs.
Your pee smells of sugar puffs.
I can't remember.
How mental's that?
I
Mad.
actually can't remember.
Within 10 minutes, you're
Is it
like,
like asparagus?
Yeah.
aye.
Yeah, no.
Which is alarming because that shows you how much sugar is fucking in the sugar puffs.
Really?
Aye.
Aye, it's wild, man.
Aye.
But do you know it's funny about like saying about your mum and stuff? Like my mum's had a wee health scare recently, right? And that we were talking about this as well in the gym. Our mum's generation, a lot of them are obviously not clued up in nutrition and whatever. Like my mum thought that Max Muscle Cyclone was steroids.
Is it no?
My mum, when I was
Do you know what I mean?
when my mum was 16, we were in a fucking not when she was 16. When I was 16, we were in a fucking we were actual arguing with each other, and like she was
Sorry.
crying because she thought I started taking steroids, and I was like, I wish.
Aye. Have you seen the size of
Have you
it?
seen-
I was fucking 50 kilo, and I'm
Built
like.
at the side of a fiver.
I was like, well, if I did, they're not fucking working.
I'm doing them wrong.
Not a refund.
Aye.
But sorry, continue. Your
So
point.
basically, the kind of point I'm making with that is like that. I don't even really know how to articulate it. Like their perceptions of what healthy food is and what's good food for you and stuff is fucking
Mhm.
absolutely mad.
Yeah.
So see, trying to like get my mum to be healthier or get my mum, and I'm obviously not painting everyone with the same brush or whatever, right? But I find it's really, really difficult because they're so far removed from what proper kind of health and fitness is and stuff.
And it's
Do you know what
not
I mean?
even it's not even so much that, it's that we spoke about this before. A lot of the people that we work with tend to be ages with us, somewhat, give or
Yeah.
take. And sometimes if you've got someone who's 50, 60 years old,
Just
got-
set in our ways.
they've got 50, 60 years of habits
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
built up. And we spoke about, they're fucking 60 years into the forest,
Yeah.
try to get out in 7 days.
Yeah, it's
Some
mad.
fucking Joe Wicks detox thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. It's going to take...
He's disappeared.
Has he? Aye.
We don't hear anything from him.
I know, true. Sailed off into the sunset, made fat stacks. You know what I mean? He's
I
done
know.
it. He's done it right.
He's done all right.
He's done it
Done
right.
well, that boy.
But so we've touched on this many times, and I think that could be an element of it, and an element of it as well is when someone is that far gone, maybe not that far
Mhm.
gone necessarily, but they're that deep into whatever habits, good or bad, they've got.
Yeah.
It's the ability to change is like it's too much.
Mhm.
It's too much for them potentially, but maybe it does. Hopefully, and it's sad that it has to get to this point, but a health scare comes.
Mhm.
Hopefully, that should be the fucking knee jerk reaction
Yeah.
that we were talking about last
Well-
episode. To be like, right, you know what? Let's figure this
It
out. But it
scares me.
shouldn't have to get to that.
It scares me, and I feel like I don't get people that aren't scared by it. So like I lost 3 grandparents within about a year and a half, 2 years. 3 of them, right? All 2 were cancer, 1 was dementia. But you could argue a lot of it was lifestyle choices,
Mhm.
right? And then I look at like different health problems that parents have had. My dad had a heart attack as well when he was like 40 or something like that.
Is that right?
Yeah, had a
40?
heart attack. He was 40, like, which is obviously like fucking hell. But again, lifestyle factors like that. My mum's had quite a serious operation just last year. Lifestyle again. It's like, that's no scare. It scares the shit out of me. Like, I look at them, not that I'm slandering them in any way, but I look at them and I go, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't want to end up with it. I don't want to end up that I've got the issues. And when you can actually do something about it, do you know what I mean? You can avoid a lot of it. Like, a lot of problems that people face are very much influenced by the lifestyle that they've lived. Maybe not all, but most.
Yeah. I don't want to. So with like, so my gran, we just took seed there. So my gran, we just celebrated my gran's 84th birthday, I think, right? 84th birthday just 3 weeks ago. And
Gainline Granny.
Gainline Granny. She is incredible. Absolutely incredible. She's in fucking unreal shape. She's fit as a fiddle. She walks everywhere. She walks a mile to Aldi to get her shopping and then carts it back, carries it up the stairs. She's a champ. She gets the bus everywhere. She goes dancing 3-4 times a week and she's as sharp as a tack. Right? On your cell, Granny. Shout out, Gran. Hope you're listening, even though you don't know how to work an iPhone. Right? She is absolutely incredible. The only thing that's fucking starting to deteriorate is her hearing, and it's a fucking nightmare because you have to shout everything. But anyway, that's the only thing that's wrong with her. Which fucking fair dincomes, man. You're fucking nearly 90,
Excellent.
right? And your hearing's gone. Fair dues. That's what's meant to happen. But then you've got someone like my mum, for example. Hope she's not listening because I don't want her to get sad.
Do you work
with
an
this,
iPhone?
right? She can work an iPhone.
Fuck.
Almost too well. She reacts to every single story I put up. Come on, mum. But like, she's getting a knee operation. She's getting a double knee replacement. And she's not even 60 yet. And it's
Steady.
like, damn.
But how much do you think it is it's just lack of knowledge, right? Lack of education.
I think
Surely that's the reason they're in that
I think
position.
it's also a little bit of a generational thing as well. I don't think our generation is going to be but for a lot of people, because obviously there is a massive obesity problem just now with our generation as well.
We're in an epidemic right now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be there's going to be two camps. There's going to be a war. The really fit people and the really fat people. No, but do you know what I mean?
Square go.
Like square go. No, like, see, because look at the world now. So there's gyms everywhere that people have been on the kind of health and fitness kick and stuff. I think when we get to 80, 90 and stuff, like, it's not going to be.
But then you
Do you
also,
know
what I think?
The flip side to that is that also so much of what is going on in the world is also being automated.
Yeah.
So like
Food's getting faster.
high manual labor jobs, automation's happening there. That's
Yep.
what, like, so for example, you look at somebody like my dad who's in his 60s. He works offshore he's an engineer, works offshore, and he's fucking constantly fixing things, constantly climbing up ladders, constantly working, grafting. And then when he's back, he's fucking cutting hedges and he's doing shit. So I think we spoke about this yesterday, is that quite a lot that movement, doing shit, activity can sometimes outweigh all the negative and bad decisions that you potentially make with your diet or alcohol or whatever. I'm not saying it's a fix, but it can definitely outweigh if there was
It'll
scales
outweigh
to
and it will
tip.
help. But
Whereas
for
if you're-
so
if-
long,
whereas-
I think still.
Yeah, or for so
Do you know what
long,
I
there's
mean?
definitely a limit, but whereas it would outweigh it more if all you did was focus on the diet and the health and you did fuck all movement, fuck all activity, you did nothing, that would be worse, I think. Potentially, again, this is me just speaking anecdotally, this is me just thinking, if someone sat at a computer all day, didn't do anything, got 100 steps to walk to the toilet and back, but they were meticulous with their diet and their water and their sleep, would that person, I'd be interested to find out if you took that person, right, and then the other person who, you know, fucking had a Red Bull for breakfast, had a cookie for lunch and a sandwich, and then had a fucking burger for dinner, right, few snout in between, but they're fucking doing 30,000 steps every single day, they're climbing up ladders, they're busy with their hands, who is going to outlive the other if all other identical parameters were kind of met? And I'd be interested to find out.
Aye, and then who would have the better quality of life as well?
It's
One might
actually-
outlive the other, but
I would be biased towards the active person. That's
Yeah.
just my thought.
But the thing is, it's really, see, unless you actually done a kind of epidemiological, is that the right word?
I'm pretty sure there will be studies.
Wow.
There will be
It's-
studies
Where
out
the
there.
fuck did that come from?
It's difficult to actually get that data, but it would be really, really interesting.
There'll be
That's what my brother does.
I have no doubt in my mind there was
I thought he was a rock star.
I think if we're talking about in terms of heart attacks, movement, you know, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, what they put into their bodies kind of caused their bad hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Enlarge
it's a
them.
bit of balance.
Aye,
Everything's
there is a
quite,
balance,
you know.
but then when you look at the type of movement they did, lay on a bench, press,
Yeah.
press. Like,
No fitness.
Aye, there's
Or
like
little-
no,
little-
Stallone was hyper
Aerobic.
fit. He was
Or little.
hyper fit. At
Yeah, but he's
times.
Aye,
also
I'm not
pumping.
again. I'm not saying it's
he's
a
pumping
fix or
Bill
a
coming to his cell,
band-aid
isn't
or whatever. It's like,
I think what would be interesting to see is if what we are doing does extend life,
what in terms of?
or the sort of fitness and wellness, and
All right.
does it have that much of an impact? And then also, somebody just said it there, quality of life. We don't talk about quality of life. It's all about like elongating something.
Yep.
What we
For
doing
what?
it for?
Aye,
Why? We're
how
all
well
gonna
is
die.
that going to be?
I think that's a
we're all
bad-
going
that's
to
a bad
get
thing.
sick. We're all going to die. It's an eventuality, and if you spend the majority of your life trying to push that back,
Mhm.
I think it's fool's gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that also it does come down to quality of life, and I believe we know that one of the biggest people kind of one of the biggest things people suffer with the older they get is frailty.
Mm.
Yeah.
That is it. It's frailty. It's falling over, breaking shit in the hospital, catching anomia. I can never say that word. Anomia. What's that fucking?
What are you saying?
I can never
Pneumonia?
say it. PNEU.
Pneumonia?
I can never say it. I can't say it.
Pneumonia.
Right? They end up like catching other things because they just
Yeah.
fell and broke. Right? So frailty is one of the biggest causes. Like it's not one of the biggest causes. It's a huge cause of a lot of issues that people face when they get older because no muscle mass, never lifted weights. Like when we talk about weightlifting, like when I talk about it, in the back of my head when I'm talking about someone, because I know how much an impact that's going to have later on in life. Like you look at those people, and I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to CrossFit here. There's people that are 67 and taking part in the CrossFit games. I'm looking. I'm like, look at the shape you're in.
Climbing
Look
up
at
15-foot ropes and that.
doing stuff
at
that you couldn't
70.
even. I could like we would have a hard time doing. Do you know what I mean? At the level they're reaching.
Have you
now,
seen
like,
there's like a famous picture of like a cross section of like a 70-year-old triathlete,
thigh.
the
Yeah.
thigh of the thigh of a
Yep.
70-year-old like triathlete's thigh
Yep.
in terms of muscle mass and whatever compared to fat, and like a 70-year-old sedentary person,
Yes.
and it's fucking
It's mad.
mental.
It's mad.
It's absolutely. Do you know actually? Because like I said, my mum's had a wee health scare recently, and it's the first time that I've looked at my mum and be like, "You're old now." Like, do you know what I mean? So you obviously like seeing her in a different setting and stuff. I've like, wow, my mum's. Because the thing is, like, death comes to us all. You all get old, but it's the first time I've actually seen her and been like, fuck.
I get you. I
Do
get
you know
you.
what I mean? It's like when you notice your granny's really old. Like,
Yeah, I know. This is really true. This is really true, and it's a fascinating thing. And I think as well, it's we all take enjoyment from the things that ultimately benefit us, and then everybody else associates it with pain, discomfort, can't be asked, it's too hard, I'm sore, like all of those things. And I think the reason why we might find it easier is because we take enjoyment from it. And I think that people's perceptions would be hugely shifted if they started to take a change and started to see the change, because that's what becomes the addicting thing. When you start to see the change, when you start to see the result. And like I said, 60 years of a woman, you know, in her setting her ways, not doing much, and has been fine so far, then all of a sudden something happens, it's going to be really, really hard to reverse back out of that. And I think that it doesn't happen in 7 days. You need to then spend hopefully the next 20, 30 years reversing all that out, so that when you're 70, 75, you're fitter than what you were when you were 55.
yeah.
And that should be somebody's goal, rather than being like, how can I get out of this in 7 days or whatever. And it's a quick fix thing with fucking everything. I feel like so many of these conversations that we have with fitness or with health or with business, they all have the same shit. It's all the same things.
Yeah. it's all
Isn't it?
similar, isn't
There's
it?
so many things that just overlap with them all. And that's what I began to realise. Like I've literally started realising them as we have these conversations.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
as we start talking about things, I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds an
Do we
awful
just
lot
record
like,
the same podcast
Yeah,
over and over, just
over-
slightly differently?
just start with like whether it be the X or whatever, and just start off differently with that. But that's what I find with all of these things, that there's so many overlapping
Oh, yeah, totally.
nuances.
Yeah, I've used that one before.
You have used that one.
You can't steal that.
I know you have used that one. Was there a question thing that we were going to cover?
There was.
There was more of a theme, I suppose,
Right.
really, rather than an actual question in itself. And it's how saying no more can benefit you.
That was it. That
Yep.
was it.
Yeah.
Saying no.
Uh-huh.
Or the power of saying
The
no.
power of saying no. Yeah.
So like, I'll give you an example, right? So like, I'll sit on the couch, and Sarah, I'll say like, could you take the bins out, or could you? And I'll maybe be watching something, and I just say no. And
How's
I
that
get
go
to
down?
watch that longer, and I get to sit there on the couch. I don't need to take the bins out. So
I were talking. It was like on a social setting, wasn't
no,
it?
aye.
And and I have not mastered it, but I'll quite easily, or I find comfort in knowing that if I say no to certain things, and it's not because like you're not going to miss out. You get the whole fear of missing out
FOMO.
things, and that's what people's big. That's why people don't say no to things, because of the fear of missing out. But whereas if you have something in your head that you're trying to chase or attain, you've got two choices. You got a choice that's going to take you closer to that, and you got a choice that's going to take you further away.
Yep.
So if you're going out for four nights a month, right? You're going out every weekend, right? Start by just saying no to one of them,
Yeah.
right? Or go out and not drink. Just take the car. No, I'm not driving. I'm not drinking. I'm driving. Say no to one of them. Start saying no. Don't say no to everything. Start saying no to one of them. Cut it in half. Right, whatever the thing that's causing you discomfort or the thing that's taking you further away from your goal, say no to it just like once, and then start that habit rather than feeling that you have to sacrifice
totally.
everything.
Yeah.
And that's what people think. Like, how's it going to change their social life if I go out? I'm on this diet phase. I can't go out at all. Well, you can just go out less.
Yeah.
You're not going to fucking miss
a
it.
lot of people struggle to say no through peer pressure, right? So a lot of the time, and it's part and parcel. It's because of two people. It's the party who should say no, who maybe doesn't, and it's the people who they're going out with, right? A lot of the time, people get made to feel bad off their mates. That it's almost like their mates think they don't like want to hang about them, or they're being weird because they're not coming out. I know that because I used to say no a lot, right? But also when I didn't say no when I was there, and someone else said no to coming out, the people I was with, and people will probably be relating to this here, they'll be like, oh, he just never comes out, he's pure weird, man, just wants to sit on a Saturday night, blah blah blah. And it's like they people then give that person shit. So a lot of it, people not wanting to say no can come down to peer pressure, like no wanting to upset pals, like, oh, I was at their birthday, I need to go they were at my birthday, I need to go to theirs. And so I think peer pressure does play a massive part in it. People being scared to say no
totally.
because of peer pressure, because of friend groups.
Oh, 100%. I think people just across the board are just scared to tell their friends and other people and whatever, like, how they really feel, like, around the business. It's like they don't want to upset people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love saying no.
Yeah.
I get a buzz off it.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You'll do it with us on certain things.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm busy. I'm doing I've got
Nope.
this on. I've got that on, and
Not doing it.
like I respect that, and I think that peer pressure works in kind of different ways, and it's so someday if we're all going, just have one, that speaks on the person that's saying it, because they have their own insecurities, because they want justification for doing the thing that's why they're doing it. Or if everyone's like,
They're putting their shit on you.
yeah, they're putting their shit on you. But then I was having this discussion with one of my clients, and it was off the back of a video we kind of both seen, and using peer pressure the other way, right? Whereas you surround yourself with people who are more successful than you, right? Who are doing better than you, who are making more sales, who are making more money, who have a hotter girlfriend, something like that, whatever it is, the thing that you want to get. If you hang about with those people and the peer pressure is to become better, that's when you can use peer pressure to your advantage, right? So I've got clients that are out there fucking driving supercars, right? And I'm like, that, fuck. I want that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. That's the peer pressure for me. That's what I feel peer pressure towards, like, because you consider them your peers. I want to be like you. I want a fucking supercar. It's not about that, but it's having the option to maybe do that, right? That's your goal, for example. Whereas if you're with people and the peer pressures like to fucking drink or to take drugs or to fucking go to this after party at fucking 2 a.m. when you're like, I'd rather just go home. They don't have your best interests at heart.
No.
Fundamentally. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with doing these things sparingly. If that's what you want, if that's what you desire, go do it, right? But when you truly don't want to, but you're doing it anyway, right? You have to harness enough power, strength, and whatever. No one is kidnapping you and taking you to these places.
Yeah.
But if they are, defo stop hanging about with them. But nobody's kidnapping you and fucking bundling you in the back of the van and doing it, right?
And probably something people don't relate to this is confidence and self-worth. I honestly believe that the more you can't say no to things and the more you turn up, even if you know that it's maybe not the best choice, even if you know you're going to be skint for the rest of the month, even if you know you're going to use a credit card to do it, it's because your confidence and self-worth are both low. But what then helps that is by saying no. It's by actually taking that first step and saying no that first time. Then you're going to start to become more confident in yourself that actually I didn't go and I didn't need to go.
How many times do you hear either people or clients bang on about, my God, fresh weekends, fresh Sunday?
I fucking hate
fucking
it.
feel amazing.
See
I
people
feel
that
so
post
good.
that on Facebook and Instagram, like, is your life came down to that where you celebrate not being hungover?
Yeah. You sell it like the fuck,
mental.
man. Like that should be the norm.
But then also, see, the thing is as well, we're looking at it from we are very businessy, self-development.
No.
Health and
I would
fitness.
need, aye.
No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is our lens, so I suppose our minds have kind of been open to something that's slightly greater than.
But
I
mate,
think
we,
it's
we
immature.
grew, we
I
grew
think-
up fucking playing rugby.
Oh, mate,
What's
no,
the culture?
Here,
Yeah.
no,
What's the culture? Do you know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is not everybody. Yeah, because I agree with your points, like 100%.
Yeah.
Good, like, but what I'm saying is, like, some people are alright with just fucking
This is true.
being bevy merchants.
Absolutely. This is
Do you know what I
the
mean?
thing, and it's
that's all they'll ever be. But do you know what? They're alright with that.
and that's the thing. That's not the message. The message isn't to them. The message is the
not at
people
all.
who do want to change,
Yes.
who do want to be a little bit more sober every now and then, who don't want to fuck up all the time, who don't want to spend up all their money. You have the power on which to do that.
Yeah.
Because like, what was it like when you first started playing rugby, coming into senior rugby, you're 18, 19 years old, it's like, it's a necessity.
Aye.
That's what it seems.
Cider hands.
That's what it seems. It's a necessity. My fucking first senior rugby game, I had 4 litres of cider taped to my hands. I'm in my boxers. No clothes. Oh, this is fun. I was hating it, man.
Do you know what? Actually, see, I hate rugby culture. See all that, like, why is everyone naked and why are things strapped to you and why do I need to drink a pint of piss? Like, did you need to do that?
Sometimes it's quite fun.
Aye, people-
Sometimes it was quite fun.
People just
Do you know what? And the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and be all high and mighty and say that, I never wanted. Most of the time I did want to do all that shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was enjoying it, but then as I've come to realise, it's like there is more to shit. There is more to it all. So
Aye, I think all three of us here have probably tasted both sides of the
I
coin.
thought you were going to say pints of piss.
No, I could have both tasted both sides of the coin, right? I was, as a coach, heavily into drugs and drink. Heavily. Weekends, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't always say no because I would absolutely live for like the weekends
Yeah.
and live for this and live for that. But then I always hate it when I was there. I'm like, why am I doing this?
I think
don't
we've
wanna-
all
I don't
kind
wanna
of
be
been
like
down
this.
7 a.m.
Why am
The
I doing
room
this? I don't want to
spinning.
be like this. But guess what? I didn't have other pals that were any different. So it comes right back round to your peer group and it comes right back down to the pals
Well,
that you can very much choose and pick because I don't have, most of the people I hung about with in my 20s, don't talk to them anymore. I just don't because guess what? They're still doing the same shit that I was doing when I was fucking 20 and they're 32, 33.
It's old.
Mad.
Finish that? Yeah, finished there. That was good. Shout out, I don't know, YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment your favourite part on YouTube, leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify. That's fucking it, isn't it?
That's it.
Peace out, guys. See you next week.
Ciao.
Ciao.